Does this put them as contenders in the West from your perspective?
Hell no.
Wizards win. They get rid of
Wow.
their contract. They go into a full rebuild. I mean, think about it.
Let's go.
Rumblings about Chris Paul, whether or not he was going to stay in Phoenix. We know today Chris Paul is headed to Washington potentially for a trade or a buyout. Bradley Beal is headed to Phoenix. This is going to be what, the fourth big three that KD is a part of. We have KD, we have Book, Ayton, and Bradley Beal. Does this put them as contenders in the West from your perspective?
Hell no. Hell no. And I'm gonna cue some music right here with that clip. Hell no.
No.
Yeah, that's not it. You know, Chris Paul was on Good Morning America. Was it yesterday or today? And he was flying somewhere, and he found out that he was being traded mid-air, like transatlantic. You're being traded. So when you put things into perspective, I see now exactly why these athletes be asking for trades. They don't necessarily have any loyalty to these clubs because of the lack of loyalty that these organizations have for them.
For sure.
That being said, you got Bradley Beal, you got Kevin Durant, you got Devin Booker. I think the spacing is going to be bad. You literally had Devin Booker and Bradley Beal. They are essentially the same player.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially. And then you have KD who can stretch the floor as well. I just don't think that who's gonna command the offense. I just don't think that was a smart move with acquiring Bradley Beal. But Bradley Beal had all the power, and I can appreciate that the way he had his contract set up, where he had an option, like he could go wherever he wanted to go, essentially, and the Wizards had to make it happen. The crazy part is the Wizards didn't even get a first-round pick. They didn't get anything of substance out of that trade, if you ask me.
Well, so, the one thing they got of substance, not to cut you off and I'll let you finish.
No, that's the conversation.
They got rid of the big Bradley Beal contract. Oh. So, and the reality is they weren't going to win. Let's be real. The Wizards actually win here in the scenario. Not that I think that
either think they won.
I think the Wizards win. They get rid of their contract. They go into a full rebuild. I mean, think about it. The Wizards had John Wall and Bradley Beal. At one point in time, the Wizards felt like that combination would lead them to competing in the East.
Gortat, man. Come on, man.
Gortat, my bad. Left out Gortat. So that was their big three, so to speak. At one point in time, they felt like that three was good enough to compete in the East.
Did they really, though?
I mean, you would have to think they did because they put the money behind it. So at some point, they thought this might work. John Wall suffered an injury. It didn't work out. And now you still have Bradley Beal. I commend Bradley Beal because I feel like, in the same vein as Damian Lillard.
He hung in there.
He's hung in there. He's played. You didn't see too much about him complaining about the direction of the team. Just like, Damian Lillard. For the most part, they go out there, they ball out, they do what they can, and the team wins or the team loses. I would have liked to see maybe a situation where Bradley Beal ended up in Portland. I think a combination of Bradley Beal, Damian Lillard, that would have been a good situation for Portland to compete when it comes to the West.
Miami would have been a better landing spot for me.
Miami would have been a great landing spot, but you already got Kyle Lowry, Jimmy Butler. So I think like I think it would have been hard to kind of
perfect.
What, Bradley Beal in Miami?
Yes, they would have got rid of Tyler Hero, and they would have got rid of Duncan Robinson and another piece. I'm okay with it.
So the starting who's the starting five?
I don't know. I got to look at Miami's roster. But I think right now, honestly, I don't even think Kyle Lowry, and don't get me in the comments, is a starter now. I don't think he's a starter now.
He's coming off the bench. He was coming off the bench. Yeah, for sure.
He's not a starter. What I don't like about this move is that it continues to limit the Phoenix Suns bench. Their bench is completely weak. Then you got rid of Monty Williams. He's over in Detroit. And I think they're going to do pretty good in the next 3 seasons. Like, Detroit deserves to have a good team. The Washington Wizards deserve to have a competitive team. And so, with that being said, I just don't see how this adds value to the Phoenix Suns. I don't foresee them winning a series against the Lakers. I don't see them winning a series against the Nuggets. I don't even see them winning a series against the Sacramento Kings. The Sacramento Kings are on the up and up. That's just me.
So what do you think this does for KD's legacy if you bring Bradley Beal in, you got Devin Booker, you got Bradley Beal, you got DeAndre Ayton, and you still don't win a ring?
I don't know what it does with KD's legacy. I think KD will definitely go down as a top 15 player of all time.
For sure.
Would I put
Individual
him
player,
down as
yeah.
one of the top competitors of all time? No. I honestly don't think he's a true competitor for me is able to handle adversity with a lot more grace, but also meet the challenge. And that move that he made, and I know we're going to be talking about this for years to come, that move from OKC to Golden State was by far the most move anyone could ever make in the
I
entire
don't know.
history of
I
basketball.
disagree. Listen, I disagree. I don't have a problem with the move to OKC. I have a problem with the excuse me, not the move to OKC, the move to Golden State. And he did play in OKC, guys. Don't kill me. I meant to move to Golden State. I have no problem with that move whatsoever. I have a problem with leaving Golden State. And
Oh
and,
wow,
and,
that's a
and
whole
the
nother video.
reasons and the circumstances under which he left.
The whole
That
Draymond tiff.
that's what I have a problem with. I feel like you go to Golden State, you go there, you play, you make it work, you win.
But somebody just knocks you out in a series, like they barely won the series, they won the championship, and then you haul off and you go play with them. Come on, man,
So you can't beat them, you join them.
man. We can talk about this at length, bro. But
Yeah. We'll talk about the trade more in specificity. But yo, check this out. Listen, we need 3 things from you as always. Give us that CLS treatment, comment, like, subscribe. We'll be back with more from you in the arena.